Welcome again to the lecture series of signals and systems. In the previous lecture, we have seen the Fourier transform of some important signals. In this lecture also we will include some important examples, and then we will conclude this topic and go to the another important topic, which is discrete time Fourier transform. So the first example in this lecture I will include as a signal xt is given as xt has amplitude. Suppose this signal xt with respect to t, xt has an amplitude 1 in the duration from -4 to -2, and it has amplitude 1 in the duration from 2 to 4. Now we have to get the Fourier transform of this signal xt, which is equal to x of omega. So before going to the formula of Fourier transform, we will write this graph in the form of mathematics as, I will write the definition of this signal as xt is equal to, it is 1 when t is from -4 to -2, and it is 1 when t is from +2 to +4, and it is 0 otherwise. This is the mathematical form, or we can say that the definition of the given signal in the form of mathematics. Now we know the formula for the Fourier transformation is f of xt, or it may also be written as capital X of omega, is equal to integration from -infinite to +infinite xt into e power minus j omega t dt. Value of this signal xt is 0 for all the values of t except when t is from -4 to -2 and when t is from 2 to 4, and for the remaining values of t the value of the signal remains 0. So I can put the limit here. This can be written as integration from -4 to -2 xt e power minus j omega t dt plus integration from 2 to 4 xt into e power minus j omega t dt. Now in this range from -4 to -2, value of this function is 1. In this range also from 2 to 4, value of the function is 1. So I can put the values accordingly as -4 to -2, 1 into e power minus j omega t dt, plus from 2 to 4 again it is 1, so it is 1 into e power minus j omega t dt. In this form we can write the given expression. Now when I will calculate value of these integrations, this will become capital X of omega will be equal to integration of e power minus j omega t will become e power minus j omega t divided by minus j omega, limit is from -4 to -2, plus it is e power minus j omega t upon minus j omega, limit is from 2 to 4. Now put the values of limits. This will be equal to, when I will put -2 in place of t, this will become e power plus 2 j omega plus e power plus 4 j omega. This is not plus, this is minus, upon minus j omega, plus this is e power minus 4j omega e power minus 4j omega minus e power minus 2j omega divided by minus j omega. Now simplify this expression. This will become, first of all, take 1 upon minus j omega common. This will become more easy. Now this will become e power j2 omega plus, this is not plus, minus e power j4 omega plus e power minus j4 omega minus e power minus 2j omega. This is how this expression can be simplified. Now here it is e power plus 2j omega, and here it is e power minus 2j omega. So after combine these two terms, we can write this expression in the form of sine. Also here it is e power plus j4 omega, it is e power minus j4 omega. So we can combine these two terms together and these two terms together. So this can be written as minus 1 upon 2 j minus 1 upon, this is not 2j, this is j omega, minus 1 upon j omega and e power j2 omega minus, it is e power j2 omega minus e power minus j2 omega minus j2 omega minus 1 upon 2j. This will become here e power minus j4 omega minus j4 omega minus e power plus j4 omega. Here it is e power minus j4 omega minus e power plus j4 omega. Now again multiply with, it is minus 1 by omega and e power 2j omega minus e power minus j2 omega divided by j minus, this is omega, minus 1 by omega. Instead I will write here plus, I will take minus common from this bracket. This will become 1 by omega e power 4j omega minus e power minus 4j omega divided by j. Now multiply in this equation by 2 and divide by 2. Multiply in this equation by 2 and divide by 2. This will become what? This will become sine 2 omega and this will become sine 4 omega. Now I can write it as minus 2 by omega sine 2 omega plus 2 by omega sine 4 omega, or we can write it as 2 by 2 sine 4 omega, 2 sine 4 omega divided by omega minus 2 sine 2 omega, 2 sine 2 omega divided by omega. If I will multiply and divide in this expression by 4, then and in this expression by 2, so into 2 divide by 2, this will become 8. Instead of sine, this will become sinc function 8 sinc 4 omega minus 2 sinc 2 omega. This is what will be the Fourier transform of the given pulse from minus 4 to minus 2 and from 2 to 4. It is 8 sinc 4 omega minus 2 times sinc into 2 omega. Now there is another important example. And we have to get the Fourier transform of this signal xt. We have to get the Fourier transform of this signal xt. Now, like the previous case, first of all, I will write the definition in the form of mathematics of this signal as xt is equal to, it is plus 1 when t is from minus 1 to 0, and it is plus 2 when t is from 0 to plus 1, and it is minus 1 when t is from 1 to 3, and it is 0 otherwise. So we have to break the limit in three parts. One is from minus 1 to 0, other one is from 0 to plus 1, and the next one is from 1 to plus 3. And the value of the signal will remain 0 for the other values of t. So I can write the expression for the Fourier transform as, it is xt e power minus j omega t dt, or I can write it as, this is equal to, I will break the limit in three parts as, from minus 1 to 0 it is plus 1 e to the power minus j omega t, and from 0 to 1 it is plus 2 e power minus j omega t dt, and from 1 to 3 it is minus 1 e power minus j omega t dt. Now what all we have to do is, we have to find the value of this integration. This will become e power minus j omega t upon minus j omega, limit is from minus 1 to 0, plus 2 times e power minus j omega t upon minus j omega, limit is from 0 to 1, minus because it is value of the signal is -1 here, so I will write minus here. This will become e power minus j omega t upon minus j omega, where limit is from 1 to 3. Now we have to simplify this as, first put the value of t equal to 0. This will become, I will take this minus j omega outside of this calculation, 1 by e power minus j omega. This will become, when t will be 0, this will become 1 minus this e power plus j omega t plus j omega, 1 minus e power plus j omega divided by minus j omega is outside of the bracket. So this will become 1 minus e power plus j omega. Then this is minus 2 by j omega, and after putting the limit, this will become e power minus j omega minus 1 e power minus j omega minus e power 0 means 1 minus this is 1 by j omega e power, this limit is from 1 to 3, so it is plus 3. This will become e power minus j omega 3 minus e power minus j omega 1. Further simplify it as, take minus 1 by j omega common from all the terms. This will become 1 minus e power plus j omega plus, this is not plus, this is minus 2 e power minus j omega plus 2, this is plus 2 minus e power minus j 3 omega plus e power plus j omega. This is what we will get after the simplification. So in this given expression, if we want to simplify this further, these two terms can be combined, e power plus j omega, and here it is, this will get cancelled. This is plus e power plus j omega, this is minus e power plus j omega. Only these two terms will get cancelled out, and this 2 plus 1 will become 3, and it will, remaining terms will remain as it is. So it will become minus 1 by j omega 3 plus, this is 2 plus 1 3, 3, and this is minus 2 e power minus j omega minus e power minus j3 omega. This is how the Fourier transform of the given signal will look like. Now consider some more examples. From the Fourier transform, the one very common question is, this is minus 2 actually, this is minus 2 and minus 1, this will become plus 1, so this will remain as plus 3. Now there is an application of convolution theorem to get the Fourier transform of the convolution of two signals x1t and x2t, in which the signal x1t is given as, it is e power minus 2t ut, e power minus 2t ut, and the signal x2 t is given as e power minus t ut, and we have to get the Fourier transform of or we can say that not Fourier transform, we have to get the convolution of these two signals x1t into x2t by using convolution theorem of the Fourier transform. By using convolution theorem of the Fourier transform, this is e power minus 2t and here it is e power minus tut. And for the convolution property of the Fourier transform states that if two signals are convolved in the time domain, then these signals will get multiplied in the frequency domain. Means if we want the convolution of these two signals, if Fourier transform of signal x1t is x1 omega and Fourier transform of signal x2t is x2 omega, then convolution of these two signals x1t into x2t will lead to multiply in the frequency domain. So instead of going for the convolution by conventional method, first I will take Fourier transform of this signal, then we will take Fourier transform of this signal. Both signals, both the Fourier transforms will get multiplied, and then we will get the inverse Fourier transform back. So we can find the this signal x1t convolution with x2t. So this is what the convolution property of the Fourier transform states. Now we know the Fourier transform of e power minus at ut is, this is 1 upon a plus j omega. Here instead of a it is e power minus 2t. So the Fourier transform of this signal will become 1 upon 2 plus j omega, and Fourier transform of this signal will become 1 upon 1 plus j omega. So this is equal to x1 of omega and this is equal to x2 of omega. Multiplication of these two signals will give x1 omega into x2 omega will be equal to 1 by 2 plus j omega into 1 by 1 plus j omega. This is the multiplication of the Fourier transforms of the given signal x1t and x2t. Now what we have to do here is we have to take the inverse Fourier transform of these signals. To get the inverse Fourier transform, first we have to get the partial fraction of these functions as, suppose it is a upon 2 plus j omega plus b upon 1 plus j omega. So what we have to do is we have to get values of these two given terms a and b. To get the value of a, I will write j omega equal to minus 1 and we will get the value of a. So hide this term and put j omega equal to minus 1. When we will put j omega equal to minus 1, this will become, hide this term and put j omega equal to minus 1. J omega equal to minus 1 to get the value of b. When we will put j omega equal to minus 1 here, this will become 1 upon 2 minus 1 and this will be equal to 1. This is what is the value of b. To get the value of a, we will put j omega equal to minus 2 in this expression and hide this and hide this. So this will become, when I will put j omega equal to minus 2, the value of a will become minus 1. So this expression x1 omega into x2 omega can be written as minus 1 upon 2 plus j omega plus 1 upon 1 plus j omega. And as we know, the Fourier transform of this signal will become minus e power minus 2t. So this will become the Fourier transform of this signal, inverse Fourier transform of x1 omega into x2 omega will be equal to minus e power minus 2t plus e power minus t. This is how we can get the convolution of the given these signals x1t into x2t without going through the formula of the convolution. So by including this example, we will conclude and conclude this topic of Fourier transform. In the next lecture, we will go to the discrete time Fourier transform. So this is all for this lecture. Thank you.